this is your week ahead tarot. Just take whatever resonates, and if it doesn't, don't take it. If this came to you and you are not a Leo, this message could be for you. It wouldn't come to you if it wasn't. And it doesn't really matter what kinds it comes to you. Okay. So I'm just going to do a subscribe reading and clarify on anything that needs to be clarified. Alright, we got Knight of Wands, Three of Cups in reverse, or Knight of Cups in reverse, sorry. Six of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, the World in reverse, and Two of Pentacles in reverse, okay. Knight of Wands, energy, aggressiveness, lust, heat, passion, impulsiveness, King of Cups in reverse, manipulative, untrustworthy, and Six of Cups, unforgiving. So, you're in a situation where you dealt with aggression and manipulation, and it led to disappointment, whether it's for you or somebody else, okay? Jealousy. I feel a lot of jealousy. Self-jealousy. I feel like you're dealing with a Scorpio. Okay. You came into a situation or possibly a relationship where everything was great. Okay? You really thought, like, okay, this is the one. Okay? This person's right for me. And we got comfortable, okay? So when we got comfortable, unfortunately, when a Leo is comfortable, they can appear as cynical or come off as cynical and unforgiving. I don't want to say unforgiving because they're not unforgiving. That's not who they are, but they can appear or come off that way. Okay? They can appear as almost as like been there, done that. You know what I mean? And even though they have this aloof personality, to the wrong person, it can come off as manipulation or come off as evil or untrustworthy or just not, not good. And when action is taken against the Leo because that person feels that way, the Leo is left so confused. Okay? So, in the recent past, you thought you were in a situation where you were safe and comfortable, but because this person didn't understand you, it ultimately broke your heart. Okay? It caused setbacks. And it made you realize what you thought was a good situation wasn't meant for you, I guess. you thought that this person knew you, and like I said, a real personality comes off as aloof or maybe even sarcastic. And when this person didn't receive it right, instead of talking to you about it, they kind of held it in. And by holding it in, um, they eventually blew up, right? Or it all eventually came to a head, right? And when it came to a head, that Leo was kind of like left sitting there, kind of like, why wasn't I good enough for you to talk to about this when you misunderstood this about me? Okay? How could I fix or work on something if I didn't know it was a problem? Right? This person is at a certain stage in their life, and they don't feel like you are up to par with where they are at. I hate to say it that way. It's almost like you're left, almost like your childhood is incomplete, like your work is incomplete. You still have a lot of work to do that you don't even realize that you had. As far as you were concerned, everything was going great. And if anybody had any gripes with you, they kept it to themselves and they didn't talk to you about it. And in a sense, it's kind of like, well, isn't that their problem? Right? Yes, it is. But at the same time, it's also your problem. It's their problem because they didn't feel like you were experienced enough to understand where they were coming from. They were wrong. Okay? Number one. Number two, you're kind of right. That person should have been able to be mature enough to talk to you about any gripes they had. When you hold things in, what happened?